What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Friday night? This is your boy Reg in the building. I got my homegirl Ash in the building with me. Got my homeboy Try in the building with me as well.
What up?
Um, the
What's good?
album, to be honest, I actually wanted to do this album days ago because Prince is the fourth anniversary of Prince's death. So
Yeah,
I said to myself, I don't want to just talk about another discussion of Purple Rain or Sign of the Times again, which I love those albums. So decided to talk about an affiliate album, The Time, with their second studio. Oh, you got the CD, cool. With their second
Yes.
studio album, What Time Is It? This was released in 1982 on Warner Brothers Records. Warner Brothers. It was produced by Morris Day, and it's also produced by Prince too. But he went under the name The Star Company around this time when he was working with like the affiliates with Vanity and The Time, which I'm going to talk about during the review, which I feel like is very dope when it comes to like producing and shit like that. Cause yeah, you owning your own shit. Singles that I'm known for was 7779311, Gigolos Get Lonely Too, and The Walk. Um, and in case y'all don't know, the members of The Time include, of course, Morris Day, Jerome. Hold on, I gotta pull up all the members and shit. Okay. Morris Day, Jerome, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Jesse Johnson. Oh wait, hold on, I'm tripping. I'm slow. Yeah, Jimmy Jam, Monty Moore, Jesse Johnson, Terry Lewis, Jelly Bean Johnson. Yeah, and of
And
course this.
and Boney
You said what?
Boney James joined in '85.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
He's a saxophonist, but he played like percussion and saxophone, and then like he joined on like Morris album on Daydreaming after the Color Success.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that trivia, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. So before there was Bruno Mars, there was Morris Day. Keeping the buck. Um, for those, I want to ask y'all, how did y'all get into The Time? Just asking.
Well, I got into both Morris and Prince from this movie from Purple Rain. That was my introduction to Prince was the Purple Rain album, and you know I end up getting that on the movie on VHS, and I was the only one in my class at that time to see that movie. None of the other kids saw it, so and then I had the soundtrack on vinyl. So that was my introduction to Prince and my introduction of Morris and seeing this like well dressed guy with a perm and slick talking all the honeys and Apollonia in Purple Rain, and he was funny. And then he had Jerome, his homeboy with the mirror, and like listening to them, watching them in the movie perform, Jungle Love and The Bird. That's how I was aware of their songs, and then later on, and after they took that hiatus, when Morris went solo, I had gotten the Daydreaming album. That was '87, and Fishnet, that was a big hit off of that album. And then in '90 when they came back, because they took like a 7 year gap between Ice
hmm
Cream Castle, that was
Yeah.
'84, and Pandemonium was 1990. So 1990 I had bought the Time album Pandemonium on cassette, and it wasn't really one of my favorites compared to the earlier stuff, but that was my introduction to the Time, and seeing like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they broke off and did their thing with Janet, and Jesse Johnson, he did his solo thing, and like I said, like Boney James had joined like in '85, and then he went off and did his. My mom was like a big Boney James fan, and like she had like all his CDs and played like a lot of his stuff, and that was like my introduction to the Time and Prince, and then years later I went back and I heard the earlier work from the Time, and then Prince's earlier albums like before Purple Rain. But I think he's always been flashy. He's always had that swagger, that drip.
Uh-huh.
I think he was, huh?
Well, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, I think he's always been like a showman. He had like great showmanship on stage with the band and Jerome, and like seeing them perform again last year at the Soul Train the Soul Train Awards. That was good. And I think he was like, they were like a highly underrated group, like part of that Minnesota sound. It's like you can't mention Prince without mentioning the time. That's basically his group, his creation. And they still doing it. They still looking healthy. Still I know they supposed to be coming out with a new album they had mentioned. And
Hmm.
yeah, man, I've always been a fan of this. So that was like my introduction to him.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, my introduction to Morris Day and the Time was, of course, through the movie Purple Rain, as well. Of course, their songs "The Bird" and "Jungle Love." And I think my dad, I don't know if he had their first album on vinyl, but I remember hearing "Jungle Love" at one point when I was like a little kid. And I don't know if he had their first album on vinyl or on a cassette tape, because I remember hearing him playing that song around the house sometimes. And yeah, but yeah, you really cannot mention or let alone forget about Morris Day and the Time, because they are a part of that Minneapolis sound, as well as Prince and other artists who grew from Minneapolis, of course, like Mint Condition or what have you. And yeah, because Morris Day, when I first saw him in Purple Rain, I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Because he was just like all over the place. He was like a little arrogant, obnoxious, the way when he talks to women, and I'm like, I don't know if he's like that in real life, but for some reason I keep thinking he might be. But he was always loud and you know boisterous or what have you, and he has that he has a tendency to being funny in that movie too. I cannot forget. But yeah, but this was my first time ever listening to a full-fledged The Time album.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, to me, what really got me into the time, let me think. I want to say the first song I really heard from them was, of course, the 777 joint. Um,
Mhm.
but I really got introduced to them because, they were on Purple Rain, of course. And I'm sorry, this might be a controversial choice, but Morris is an underrated character actor, in my opinion. Like, as much praise he gets for his music, his acting, his comedic acting is so on point and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to throw that out there. And as I was getting into Prince and shit, I looked into the affiliate albums and stuff, and it's crazy how prolific Prince was and stuff like that, especially during like the early '80s to be working on the Family Six album, which eventually was going to be discussed on this channel eventually, and this album at the same time while working on 1999 and shit like that. So, you know, few artists these days call themselves prolific, but they don't have nothing on Prince, in my opinion. So that's what I
Mhm.
say about the time with that. What time this is? I mean, yeah, how I got into the time. Excuse me. All right. Now we talked about how we got into them. I bet some of y'all asking who are the Tom. Well, the Tom are a R&B funk group that formed in Minneapolis. They were formed by Prince, of course, who was like it was like a clause in his Warner Brothers contract that allowed him to recruit other members for the label and shit like that. And so, with that being said, the original version of the time, it featured Cynthia Johnson on leading vocals, Tony Johnson on guitar, David Allen on sax, Jelly Bean on drums, Jimmy Jim and Monty Moore on keyboards, and of course Terry Lewis on bass. Now, some of y'all asking me, where was Morris Day? Now, believe it or not, Morris Day was not an original member of the time. The original lead singer was Alexander O'Neal. You guys know Alexander O'Neal and shit like that. You know the "She's a Fake" that song and shit like that.
Right.
And so he was the original member of the time. But what ended up happening was him and Prince had a falling out. Some people say it was drugs and stuff like that. And he got fired from the group and stuff. And years later, he had his own successful solo career, which I'm gonna save that conversation for another day. And so that's when Morris Day came, and Morris Day helped Prince write the song "Party Up," off his "Dirty Mind" album, which classic album and stuff like that. I reviewed that album a while back ago and shit, and so that's when Prince was working with them on, of course, the self-titled album. Of course, the self-titled album that came out in '81, which, in my opinion, that's actually my favorite time album. To keep it real with you guys, I know a lot of people say, "What time is it?" Which I do love the album, but there's something about that first album that's that dirty funk and whatnot, especially with "Get It Up," "Cool," "Oh Baby," shit like that. So that album got them some attention, it got them some hype. And 1 year later, Prince was working on, his own shit. 1999, while the time was touring with Prince during the Controversy tour, and this is when the time and Prince kind of had some cracks in their relationship or whatnot because of the fact that they were complaining about them not being paid that much. And I know you guys probably heard about the infamous food fight that happened around the Controversy tour and whatnot. So Prince kind of held Morris Day responsible and made him pay for all the damages and whatnot. Then fast forward to '82, that's when "What Time Is It" was released. And like I said before, this is Morris Day on the cover. And Morris Day, in a way, represents like Prince's character, like his fun side and whatnot. So just found that pretty interesting. Of course, this is the members of the time in the back. Of course, and that's one thing about albums like from bands back in the day and shit like that. I always liked how they used to have the pictures of the group members and the names and stuff like that, and just information about them. And then of course, it has the lyrics of all the songs right there too. All right, so 6 songs. You guys should know what we about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Track number 1 is "Wild and Loose." Nice way to start off the album. Definitely has that traditional Minneapolis funk sound and whatnot. Love this track. Love this track right here. What I got from "Wild and Loose" was pretty much this groupie hanging out with the time. She's thinking she's having a good time. No pun intended. She thinks she's gonna have a good time and whatnot, but at the same time, they just fucking roasted this fucking girl and whatnot and shit like that. Um, I always loved it when the members at the time they always have that fucking high pitched laugh, like that high cackling laugh and whatnot. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And shit.
Mhm.
If you guys remember, like the girls and boys video for Prince and whatnot,
Right.
I loved when Jerome had that fucking laugh and stuff like that. Just throwing it out there. But again, it definitely it's a fun song right here, which is something that you would expect from this album. Love it.
Yeah, it's a dope song. Nice beat, nice guitar. The lyrics of Morris's singing. Intuition tells me that waiting for the band before you get your hopes up. One thing you gotta understand. And like towards the end of the song, you hear like a bunch of like groupies talking and talking about who they gonna get with and how Jerome was looking and then you hear Morris saying somebody bring me a mirror and you hear like people clapping in the background. I thought it was a cool song and like that was like what the time was about. Like they were real flashy and about the chicks and having a good time and that was displayed on the song.
Facts, facts.
Wild and Loose is a great way to start off this album. It's one of my favorites off this album. And I love the sound of it. It's just everything from the instrumentation to the vocals of it. Of course, the premise of the song is like pretty much, I guess, the time running into wild and loose women, aka groupies or whatever, want to try to get in with the band too, and all this stuff, and then at the same time, like kind of making fun of them for that. But it's like it's very playful in a sense too. So, but overall, a great song.
Yeah, this is again a very good song by the time. Track number two we got is 7779311. Love this track right here. Interesting story. So the number that was used was actually Dez Dickinson's number, and all my princess should know who Dez is. He was one, the I think like the first guitarist in like the Revolution before he left around. I want to say the controversy of 1999 era and stuff like that. And so the song pretty much is talking about talking about love and stuff like that. Of course, trying to uh, get this girl's number, trying to holler at her and shit like that. Ironically, Tupac sampled this track too, for the classic track "What's Your Phone Number" from the All Eyes on Me album, and two,
Yes,
so uh,
classic.
classics, definitely classic. So yeah, very, 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 very dope track and whatnot. I love the drum pattern. That drum pattern is definitely what makes this track very dope.
Hey yo, they the Jermaine Dupri and Dallas Austin is battling, and Dallas Austin have no sound on his IG. What else is new?
Oh my fucking god!
No sound for Dallas Austin right now.
Can these produce a soundtrack before they go on live? Like,
I don't get it.
I don't think
I
they.
think it's Instagram, yo.
Yeah, I don't think they consider that before going on live. Because if that's the case, then
It's crazy.
Jesus Christ!
stupid.
But yeah, it was a dope song. One of my favorites on here. Nice drums and a bass line and the guitar playing and Morris singing "Baby, what's your phone number? How you can be reached on a lonely night? How can I get into you when I'm feeling right?" And yeah, just like I love it. Just like a real like pimped out type of song Morris asking the chick for her phone number and you want to get with her and you know he's like don't pardon me if I'm moving too fast, but I ain't got time to waste. So I like the long instrumentation of the song, like towards the middle part, and they just playing and it fades out, and I thought it was a dope song.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a dope song, and a lot of people say this like their breakthrough song, like one of their signature songs too. So
Right.
Yeah, 773-9311. I've heard this song getting played on the radio a lot, and I honestly, because I know it had to be at least some sort of backstory to this, but I didn't know to what extent until now. And yeah, it's another one of those songs that's unforgettable. Of course, everything from the lyrics to the bass line and the guitar riff coming in toward the middle of the song until it's over. It's everything coincided perfectly, and overall, another terrific song.
yeah, man, definitely a very dope song right here, and shit like that. Track number three, "One Day I'm Gonna Be Somebody." To be honest, my least favorite song off this album. Um, I I saw what it was going with it, but I kind of felt like with this track right here, it's one of those tracks that you can definitely tell Prince. You can definitely tell if Prince wrote this, and you can definitely tell it had that Prince formula and shit like that. But even though it's my least favorite, I don't dislike it. I just felt like, we already know we're going to be. It's going to be one of those songs like I'm going to be a big star one day. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pretty much what I have to say about it.
I think it was okay. Nice 80s retro techno type of beat. You can hear Prince singing in the background on it. Morris sings, "One day I'm going to be somebody. One day I'm going to be rich. I'm going to say my prayer. I'm going to say my prayers and work real hard so that I never have to dig a ditch." And yeah, like it was cool. It reminds me of something Prince would have did. I think
Right.
it has like that Prince flavor on it, and but I think it was cool. It was,
Yeah, it definitely to me it was like a precursor of "Baby I'm a Star" off the Purple Rain album.
right, right.
One day I'm gonna be somebody. Yeah, it does remind me of One Day I'm Gonna Be a Star as well. And it this song here, I really did not care too much for either. I felt like at least at some point any artist, whoever drops an album probably has a song remotely similar to this saying like, oh, I'm gonna be so big, I'm gonna be making all this kind of money and the notoriety and the fame and blah blah blah. And it's like I feel like I've heard something like this before, so I don't consider this as a favorite of mine.
Yeah, definitely same. All right, moving on to track 4, "The Walk." Another one of their signature tracks right here. Um, very, very, very funky track right here and whatnot. Um, Little trivia. The ending of the song, it has like a little conversation and stuff like that, and that's Morris and Vanity talking. Morris and Vanity were the one who was talking and shit like that. And
Right,
Prince was the one who played like the Italian club owner and whatnot.
right.
So kind of thought it was pretty playful shit right there. Um, yeah, man, very very dope, very very dope song and shit. Very funky track. I love the line where he says, "Who me? I wear baggy, zip, snap, and drop. Easy access, baby. Yes, before you get a chance to holler, stop. Besides, Rollo likes his freedom. Ain't nothing like a fresh pair of baggies." Now I know that's right. Definitely have a P funk. It's kind of like a P funk feel when I hear that line. Shit. So very dope shit.
We on the walk.
Yeah,
Yeah, the walk.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a dope beat. Nice funky disco track, and I like the guitars on it, the horns, the chorus. Everybody walk your body, just walk, let your body talk. You know, thought it was a cool track. This solid track on the album.
The Walk is another favorite of mine off this album, and there was a lot of stuff that I did not know while listening to this song. I had no idea Prince was playing like the Italian guy, because I honestly thought it was supposed to be one of the other members of the time doing that.
Mhm.
And I was like, something told me that the female in the voice sounded familiar. I wasn't too sure. I had no idea that it honestly was Vanity, because I thought it was going to be either her or Apollonia. I wasn't too sure, but now knowing that it was Vanity, I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. And the song is it just had every element you could think of when hearing a song from the time. Not only good lyrics, um, the funniness of it, of like the midway in the conversation when Morris and Vanity were talking.
Mhm.
I still could not get over that. It made me laugh all when I was listening to it. And but yeah, overall it was a good song. But I had no idea this was a single, because I've heard 773 777 9311 a lot on the radio over this song too. But overall, The Walk was a pretty dope track.
Yeah, man, I definitely love that track right there. Next track, Gigolos Get Lonely Too. In my opinion, my favorite track off this album. This is like pretty much like their ballad, the traditional ballads or whatnot. Um, yeah, man, definitely. It's like one of those songs like how a guy who's considered like a gigolo or a male, a player or whatnot, he's trying to settle down and whatnot, and he's trying to convince the girl that despite what he hears, he's definitely a genuine kind of dude and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just love the line when Morris says, "I want to make love without taking off my clothes. I want to love with somebody who knows that I got more money than you could ever see, but honey, money won't get me money won't get me off my knees and shit." Um, Definitely dope song. Morris definitely had that vocal. His vocal performance was very dope on that one. If you guys haven't heard, if you guys listen to the Prince the Originals compilation, he did an original version of this track too, which I felt like definitely dope on this one too. Love this track, favorite of mine. Yeah. Oh, and this track has been sampled by a lot of people too, so especially in the West Coast.
Yeah, I think it was a real funky, smooth track, and it's like having a pimp trying to settle down looking for love, and this was like his plea. And it starts off with like Morris singing and there's no beat and the beat drops. I like that part when it starts off and Morris singing just once I want to make love without taking off my clothes. Just once I want to make love with somebody who really and truly knows. So I thought it was like a real like heartfelt song, like a real personal song for Morris, and definitely one of my favorites on here.
Yeah, very dope track.
Gigolos Get Lonely too. It was a very good song. Something I would never expect from the time to do, especially with Morris. And just listening to it, I guess you get to see his sensitive or vulnerable side or whatever you want to call it. And I guess it's like an ode to any man out there who I guess want to hang up their players card and want to be like I'm getting tired of all this running around with a different woman all the time, and I just want to settle down with just one who I could really see myself being with for a long time. And I felt I feel like that was very heartfelt and overall a very good song here.
Yeah, definitely very good. It shows a different side of Morris Day
Yeah.
Mm.
and stuff like that. Definitely shows a different side. And the last track off this album, I Don't Want to Leave You, which just like One Day I'm Going to Be Somebody, it definitely has a more of a Prince feel, but at the same time, it's a much better song. It's pretty much like a ballad, which has like talking about how a man is dealing with like an impossible woman and whatnot. I love the synthesizer that they use for that track right here. That dun, 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 dun. I love that beat. The last 30 seconds of this track is like an alternate version of "Makeup" by Vanity 62, which I found that to be very interesting as well too. So that is I don't want to leave you. Very dope track.
It's probably one of my favorites on here as well. Um, I like the beat and the bass line, the pianos, real fast tempo track. Morris singing. People say you run around. I don't even care. I can never hold you down. I don't even dare. And just a great song, man. I like the beat. Ding, 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 ding. Fire, fire track. I wish they had a video for this joint, but
Definitely wish.
definitely a great song, and yeah, I love it.
I Don't Want to Leave You was a great way to close off the album for starters, and that beat is just so infectious. You really can't get enough of that. And I like this one way more than One Day I'm Gonna Be Somebody as well. Because I mean, in my opinion, I feel like this right here could have been like I don't know, either promotional singer or a single with potential and possibly a video to go along with it as well. But yeah, overall, it was a very, very good track.
Yeah, very dope track as well. Overall, when it comes to like this album, this is a very dope album. Very dope album. Very influential album when it comes to the Minneapolis soul sound. Just judging by like the synth and the style and whatnot. Um, yeah, man, Morris Day definitely shined throughout this whole album too. His songwriting was very dope on this. Yeah, it's just definitely a fun album. Like you play this album like on party and shit. Niggas would legitly have fun just dancing, forgetting about their problems or whatnot. I'm gonna give this pretty much a 4.5 out of 5. I definitely feel like it's a very, very, very good album. All my Prince fans should know about and own this album too. So very dope album. I want to say this album's out of print. I want to say, but shit,
Yeah.
it's too expensive. This is the time. With what time is it? 1982.
It's a short album, but definitely, if this came out now, this blows away anything that's out. That's what they call an EP or whatever.
Hmm.
Gigolo's Only Two, and I Don't Want to Leave You, and then 7-7. Like I love those songs. Those are classic songs, and definitely a dope album. And the time needs more recognition. I feel like it's always about Prince, but the whole band had talent. So
I
when you
agree.
have like every just damn near like every off on their own and do their own thing, it's like that's talent. So it's not Prince. He put the group together. And when Morris was on Wendy months ago, his story of how they got together was different than what you just said. Because he's saying that he was a drummer in I think he was a drummer in another band, and Prince made the group and made Morris the lead.
Yeah.
That's what he told Wendy. So you know what I'm saying? So it sounded different than how you said like they had got together or whatever.
uh, I was just going by like what I've been hearing about for years and
Right.
stuff like that. So
Yeah, he was a drummer in another band, and then when Prince was doing the group, like Prince wanted him to be lead or whatever.
oh
So I mean,
wow.
that's what he was telling Wendy or whatever.
Oh yeah, I did forget he was a drummer too. Shit. Okay.
Right. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
yeah, I don't remember him talking about the food fight. Maybe that's in the book.
Yeah, the food fight. That's something I've heard about for years too. So
Right.
Oh, you're done saying what you had to say, Trey?
Oh yeah. It's a dope album. I think I got the last one over Amazon. That's why it's out of print because I got this last year and around this time and like it was like one left. So I was like, let me pick it up now, and that's why it's out of print. Look, I took the last one.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah, this was my first time ever listening to any album by the time. Overall, it was very good, even though it was like relatively short. But overall, very good album here. But yeah, it's a little unfortunate that they don't get the recognition they deserve because it gets overshadowed by Prince and all that. But hey, a lot of talented people came out of Minneapolis, of course. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Mint Condition, so on and so forth, especially this group right here. And I feel like they definitely need more recognition than they are given. And I would rate this album 4.5 out of 5 as well.
okay, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, this was a very dope review. Very dope review on
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for a couple minutes because my webcam's about to die soon. So
Right.
I know y'all have heard about the Sheila E. and Apollonia beef because Eric Johnson just brought
Oh
it up.
God.
Brought it up
Oh
on.
boy.
So apparently, y'all remember Cat Glover is also siding with the Apollonia too. That's interesting.
I just feel like it's two women fighting over dead dick. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. That's what that's what it is. Penn slept with every female that he was in contact with. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why Apollonia would come out and say that. And I mean, that's not like her because you don't really hear about her on social media.
No.
So I don't know if there's like truth to that, or maybe she feels slighted that she wasn't a part of the tribute or whatever. I don't know. I can't like for what happened with those 5 years, and if that's even true about Sheila E. and Prince not talking. I mean, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I just feel like it's petty now. Like he's already dead. Like why y'all didn't settle this when he was alive?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good question too, because a lot of times there's like undisputed issues lurking around. More than likely, it's not gonna get settled when that person is still walking around living, versus they wait until whoever passes away to really straighten it out. And
Right.
I really didn't think it was gonna be that way to the extent like two grown women going at it like this. I mean, come on.
I just think it's
Because it
stupid.
sounds so petty when you think about it. That'd
Yeah,
be like
it
something you
is.
hear like younger women going through stuff like that or whatever.
Exactly. Like these women are close to 60 years old and shit like that.
Yeah, like at your
Right.
age.
Exactly.
At your age, not your shoe size. Oh shit. Also, what else is going on?
Mob Deep, 24 on the road. Yeah.
Oh
25
yeah, the
anniversary.
infamous 1025, of course. Shit, the infamous 1025 and stuff.
I'm not
There's a
hearing
new
Red Red.
album.
Red, what's up with your sound?
You said what's up with my sound?
I can't hear. I can't hear Reg.
What the fuck?
I can hear Reg.
Can you hear me now?
Try.
Hold on. Oh my god, don't start this shit. No, please. Can you hear me now?
Nope. I can't hear him still.
I can still hear you, Reg.
Like the volume just left.
Oh god. Oh. And this is why I was afraid of a stream on and shit. Oh.
I mean, there's nothing wrong on my end, so
Hold on.
I don't hear nothing.
I think it might be on Try's end.
Yeah, because everything is good on my end.
Yeah, everything is good on my end and on Reg's end. I think something's up with yours, man.
Can you hear me now or?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Hold on.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah, it must be something going on in his end then.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah, because at some points his sound got a little distorted.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get that handled. Trust me.
Yeah.
And then my phone is blowing up, and I'm just like, I'm doing a review, y'all. Shut up, like dead ass, man. Like, but
What, some friends hitting you up?
yeah, it's like I keep telling people they keep wanting to change the fucking times, and I'm just like, dog, like, can you stop blowing my phone up? Because I'm this not the fucking day.
Yeah, yeah, today ain't yeah, it really ain't it for today.
And
So
I'm trying to give people solutions and shit like that, but it's just like y'all over here arguing with y'all fucking selves and stuff like that, and does it look like I have the fucking time to be hearing that bullshit?
no, it's their problems. They got to figure that out on themselves. You think, and they probably think you got all the answers to everything.
Yep.
There's only so much you can do. So yeah.
Thank you. It's just stupid. And it's like just and every time it's like I legitly try to tell motherfuckers I'm doing a review or I'm doing some YouTube shit. Everyone automatically wants to call me, see how I'm doing. I'm just like, if it's not for anything, I'm gonna hang up the fucking phone.
Right. If it's something really important, then yeah. But if it's nothing too serious, then that can wait.
Right. But yeah, what else is going on? What else is going on? Yeah, some of my CDs are coming in the mail soon, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. Expect another one from me coming sometime next month. It's expected to show up on May 14th. So
I feel you. Yeah, and I'm gonna order yours soon once I get some of this money back and shit.
right.
God damn it! What do you want?
Still at it.
Yes.
Mm.
And I'm telling this person we'll talk later. For God's sakes, I'm about to don't make me spaz out on air right now because this is not the fucking day.
It ain't the day for it.
Not the fucking day.
No.
Shit.
Probably something that's not really important.
It's really not important, Ash. It's really not important. It's just the same old bullshit. Same old bullshit every fucking day. There's nothing important about that. But no, it's gonna be. But when it's my shit that's important, everybody wants to come right in, bother me, ask me about the fucking problems and shit like that 20 fucking times a motherfucking day. This is like my peaceful time. I can actually just chill out and talk about music and whatnot. If I get bothered by the YouTube shit, someone's bothering me doing this YouTube shit, I legit just get irritated as fuck.
Yeah.
That ass.
Yeah. I know how you are. I know how you are. Yeah, but it gets old after a while. It gets frustrating, and it's like, what more do you want from me?
Right.
If they still
my
can't take
God.
the hint, if they still can't take the hint, then definitely put your foot down and like tell whoever it is off. Either go talk to a professional or just leave you alone. Talk to somebody else who probably get a better understanding of what issues is going on.
Yeah, I'm actually about to end off this video soon and shit because I'm like I said before, I'm already been a bad day for me today. And it's like this person is legitimately talking about I want this, and I'm just like,
Well, what?
they want some gas pretty much. Just some gas and shit.
Oh, okay.
Right, like I said.
My bad. It was my volume was fucking up.
You said what?
My volume on my laptop was messing up. That's why I couldn't hear nothing. Like it just went off.
Oh,
Oh, you good, bro?
yeah, stuff like that happens.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm actually about to end off the vid soon. I just want to end it off with a couple of announcements and stuff. This Sunday, of course, we're going to talk about, and shout out to Ashley for this one, the All For You album. Finally gonna talk about this album. Just a little side note. At first, when I heard this, I did not like this album. Stay tuned on that.
Man, what?
Yeah, and the reason I didn't like it at first, y'all might laugh. Well, I'm just gonna give y'all a little synopsis.
Okay.
I heard the Velvet. This was fresh after I've heard the Velvet Rope.
Mm-hmm.
So this album was a lot more happier and whatnot. It was a lot more happier and shit. And I wasn't used to that like that poppy kind of sound and stuff like that. But then over the years, it grew on me over the years and shit. So yeah, that's just my little 2 cents on that. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to this tomorrow and write my notes on it.
Yeah. But especially times like this, everyone needs a little happy in their life.
Oh yeah. Cause I know this stupid motherfucker Trump wants to allegedly inject people with these disinfectants and whatnot.
I've been hearing about that, and I'm like, how
true.
dumb do you really have to be? Like, are you kidding me?
I don't really think it's true though, because I heard like the media is just twisting his words, but at this point, you can never.
I would not be surprised if they were twisting his words, because everything coming out of that man's mouth is just complete and total BS. I'm not surprised anymore with this guy. I'm really not.
Exactly. Also, this upcoming week, probably Thursday. Y'all are y'all down for the No Way Out review and shit this Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. Yes, sir. Damn. And it's crazy too because I was just listening to some Bad Boy earlier and shit like that. That fucking Carl Thomas album.
Yeah.
Classic album. Y'all have that Carl Thomas album?
What, his first one? So Emotional?
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
I need to get.
Yeah, that one's out of print if I'm not mistaken, of course.
I can look on Amazon to see, like, if they don't have like brand new copies, I'm pretty sure they got used ones for a decent price.
Gotcha. But yeah, listen, y'all. I'm actually about to end off the video because my webcam is dying and shit. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all. Sorry about me being late as usual. I need to start being more on time for this review and shit. Because you don't understand, Trilla. I was legitimately ready, but bullshit after bullshit. This whole fucking day's been bullshit after bullshit and shit. Yeah, Sam. Shut him down. It's coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna do shut him down. It's
coming. Live stream. Yep. I'm gonna do a live stream soon, Sam.
All right. Let me see what I'm missing. Yeah, because I'm actually might get that album pretty soon though if I play my cards right. But stay tuned on that. But as usual, this is your boy Reg in the building. Come back this Sunday where we're gonna be breaking down Janet Jackson's All For You album. Be on the lookout for an announcement on this upcoming Beef episode, which, oh my god, it's crazy. It's a crazy episode, but we always about the craziness on this channel, as y'all can see. And yeah, follow me on Insta at MCRegMusic. Follow me on Twitter at RealReg1. Hope everyone have a peaceful, safe night. Peace.
Peace.